What's your guys' discussion with each other going into the
To rep.
cipher?
Um, yeah, so okay. So we got so Red Bull reached out to me and it was kind of like, on me to pick who I wanted to, do the cipher with or whatever. So, Soul came to my mind first, and then we was trying to find a third person, and then somebody said Big Sean. I'm like, yeah, perfect. So that, Soul hit my line like right away. Like, we was both excited. He's like, yo, we got to make a movie out of this joint, this at the third. And, we went back and forth like a couple ideas that we was going to do. And then he was like, yo, we should kind of just like all like battle with each other in a way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like on some friendly fading type of joint. I'm like, yo, I love that. That's genius. So when I heard Soul Verse, I was like, oh, okay, you know what? I'm glad he took that approach because, he mentioned Ray, he mentioned Day, and I'm like, I hadn't given a direct response at the time. So I'm like, you know what? This is the perfect opportunity to kind of speak on it. Like, Soul is here, boom, boom. And then we just kind of went in there with that. And then, Sean did his thing as well. And I gotta give a lot of credit to Soul for it because he kind of masterminded it in a way, you know what I mean? Where he was just like, yo, this is the move. Like, trust me, we should do it like this, boom, boom. And I was just like, I ain't even hesitate. Like, I just kind of followed his lead, and I'm glad we did because, look at the outcome. And I think it was beautiful to just kind of showcase that we could have a moment like that in 2025. Be like, this is hip hop, and that's the type of shit like this. Even it being the cipher, you know what I'm saying? And you got these three prolific artists here and showcasing something that is the true essence of what hip hop is. It's like we get in there and we all trying to rip each other's heads off. We all trying to, compete. We all trying to say the slickest shit. And it was just beautiful, man. Shout out to Soul, shout out to Big Sean, shout out to Red Bull, shout out to hip hop.
I'm assuming you didn't have any sort of heads up on any, like you heard his shit for the first time when you guys recorded it. His like did you guys like
It's out now. No, I didn't hear shit for the first time when we recorded it, and he didn't hear my shit for the first time when we recorded it. Neither did Big Sean. Like,
right?
so the night before, you know, there was like this worry that maybe we wouldn't maybe somebody wouldn't be able to memorize their lines. So we went to Sean crib and we recorded it as a track
Mm.
first, just to kind of like go over, like, just kind of save
No,
time
you
when
want
we got there. Yeah, yeah. You
no,
know what I
that
mean?
makes sense.
But at that moment we did that, I was like, the other guys is gonna hear it.
Yeah, for sure.
And we'll get to that. But I'm like, the other guys is gonna hear it because we recorded that in March and it come out till what was that, late May, early May
Mm-hmm.
or something like that. So I'm like,
That's kind of dope. I mean, yeah, I mean that it took 2 months to drop, and it didn't get out there. So,
yeah. I mean, it didn't get out there to the public.
but everybody kind of knew what was coming. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they heard what was said, you know what I'm saying, and everything. So I already knew. I smelt the lineup. I was like, all right, if I'm them and I got this intel and I heard the shit of what Joey said before to me, I'm gonna be ready as soon as the shit drop. And sure enough, that's what it was.
So it's funny too because I think about kind of like the timeline because you had originally said the line that got everybody's panties in a bunch on the West Coast in was it January?
Yep, January 1st to be exact.
So top of the year,
Shooting in the air for New Year's.
right? And so that's a everybody from LA, kind of took that as a nice opportunity to get to get their shit off. It brought a lot of eyes to a lot of dope people. Like my bros, the Coyotes, did their freestyle. I don't know if you've seen the Mexican brothers Coyote from LA. They did their shit towards you, but they're fucking incredible. They actually work with Shipes.
They did see him.
But
I seen a bunch.
but
It was so many people.
but anybody who's like a hip hop fan knows that that's an OG Hove line,
Right.
right? And so it did. I mean, it made. I mean, I guess when you put that into that record, and you kind of, do you had any idea that yeah, I'm paying homage to Hove, but I also know this might ruffle.
Um, like I didn't think that it was gonna ruffle feathers to the degree of which it ruffled feathers. You know, I was really more honed in on the fact that, like, yeah, you know what, maybe some people be confused, but I expected that if they did their research, then they would know, you know, what my ties to the West was, and be able to be like, okay, yeah, like
You give people a lot of credit. People ain't
nah, for sure. And I said it, you know, like, you know, maybe that was a misstep on my part, was thinking that, you know, people wouldn't get offended by that, because truthfully, I didn't think it would be to that degree. So I admit if that was a misstep, but just for me, from an attention standpoint, like, it was very playful, right? But I think the main point was that my understanding is, when it comes to the West Coast and my ties to the West Coast, we just talked about it. Like, this is 10 years deep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if anybody been supporting and rocking with the West, and what we just saw from the West, it's been Joe from day zero. You know what I mean? So a lot of the referring to the too much West Coast dick licking is all the new fucking bandwagoners. What the fuck was y'all at? Because I've been here. And I'm seeing a lot of people now jump shit, and now all of a sudden it's this. But I've been here though. You know, and on top of that point is, like, I think it was a lot of sensitivity, because I'm a New York nigga.
Yeah.
Brooklyn nigga. And that's just how we talk. We'll say that about our own mans. Like, we'll walk away from our mans having a moment because we feel like niggas is dick riding. And you can say whatever you want to say about this. That's not something personally I do.
Right. No, but
that's just the nature of, like, East Coast New York niggas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, niggas is dick riding. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's not like us hating. It's just like, I'm not going to participate in the dick riding. It's just, I ain't doing that. You know what I mean? But the main point is that, though, is like, yo, who the fuck is y'all niggas? This shit been going down for a long time.
It's crazy to hear the main intent of that line was to kind of the opposite of how people took it. Like, yo, y'all dick riding the West Coast, but I've been supporting. This shit ain't new. Like,
and it's like
welcome to the party almost.
Track record is there.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't just talking out my ass. It's like, you could go do the research.
It's
Go
funny.
Look at me and Ab-Soul getting arrested in 2013.
Yeah, you know, I feel like people, there's a lot of, like, surface level new fans of hip hop that don't understand the real, like, the roots of, you know, Schoolboy Q and ASAP Rocky and Mac Miller and you and Ab-Soul, and just that synergy that's always been there between TDE and New York. It's always been.
Bro, you know, and I think, I can't remember who said it. I think it was Kendrick when he had linked up with Ferg. Shout out to Ferg, that's my brother. But there was a video, they was having a dialogue, and he was telling Ferg, he's like, yeah, like, you know, back in the day, we had to come to New York. And a lot of people thought that we was from New York. This is what Kendrick was saying. Like, they thought that they was from New York because, you know, the sound and everything. And they weren't being as embraced back home.
For sure.
It was this side who was embracing the movement.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you know, it was a little confusing to me to see people, you know, take it like that. But like I said, man, I'm free game. I'm a public figure, and I think it was a opportunity for people. And if I was on that side, I'd see it as an opportunity as well, and I would take it. And I think it was good at the end of the day for the culture.
Yeah, I think, you know, what came out of that cipher was obviously it kind of stirred it all back up, and we got like 2 weeks straight of just like, I mean, you were fucking dropping, dog. Like, and the Knicks are in the playoffs.
Yeah, right.
And shout out to Ray Vaughn for stepping up to the, you know, to the moment and being on top of them in daylight. Yeah. I had to show Ray Vaughn when we were walking into the studio because, you know, on one of his disses, he said that you ain't got no plaque.
Showed him the plaque.
So when we walked in, I said, hey, I got a Devastated plaque in my hallway. I said, hey, Ray, you see what that is? I said, Joey Badass plaque. It says platinum.
That is hilarious, man. Yeah, you know, and it's funny too because that was like probably one of the reoccurring lines that he was using. And I was like, should I rebut this? Like, I'm literally sitting in my studio recording this shit, and this plaque's all on the wall. You know what I mean? But I'm like, I feel like if I rebuttal this, is like, it's like it affected me or something like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I was just like, whatever, you know.
So
Google is your friend, bro.